Johanna.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Junk Journal with Me episode. Today's Junk Journal with Me is a little bit different because I'm not going to be sitting down and doing an entire spread from start to finish, but I'm going to be instead just putting things into my journal more at random. So I'm going to be working on a bunch of different pages in, I think this is 2 sittings put together because I ran out of time the first time. But basically I have this little box where I just throw in all of my random things from my day-to-day life, and then eventually they work their way into my journal. And my journal is getting to the point now where it's getting quite full and it's starting to get more toward finished, and so I wanted to go through this box and start getting some of those things in here. The things that go into this box usually are lots of really random things that don't go all together to tell one story. So that's why in this junk journal with me I'm working on a bunch of different pages rather than just one page. So I'm going to talk you through the process, even though it's pretty self-explanatory just from watching me, what I'm doing. All I'm doing is just flicking through the things that I have and sticking them down wherever they kind of fit in my journal. I have like notes from friends, things that have come in Happy Mail. I have like price tickets and labels, and I have some random photos that are floating around. I've got things I've cut out of magazines. I've got things left over from creating my Printable zine. I've got like offcuts of wallpaper, paper bags, packaging. I've just got all of this random stuff that I throw into this tub and then try and put it into my journal. So this page I'm just sticking down a few photos, and I'm pretty sure these 2 photos are from completely different days, but I just stuck them down on the page and added a little bit of washi tape and then stuck down these printable labels, which I printed out on sticky paper, and I can link those below in the description box if you want to find those. So I stuck down a couple of labels, and then I called that page done for now, and I'm just looking through and finding another place to stick things. So really the same sort of process throughout this video. I just pull out pieces that I want to put in here, and then I flick through and try and find a page that it fits on or that it looks nice on. So here I have these little bits of paper that I cut out of a magazine, I think it was, and I'm just using that as like a background decoration. I just thought the pattern was quite interesting. And the other thing that I'm sticking down is just one of my printables from one of my linen packs, so I wanted to put that in here as well. Then I have this little paper bag stuck down here in my journal from the pharmacy, so I just stuck a few other random bits and pieces in there as a pocket. Another paper bag from some beeswax that I bought online for waxing my threads, and so I just glued that paper bag down straight onto a page as well, and then filled up that pocket with a little offcut of some cardstock. And by doing this, it makes it easier later for me to grab my journal and just go sit on the couch and write. So like I'll pull out that green cardstock and I'll just write all over it or stick a photo on it or something, and then some of the creative work is done for me already. On this page I had a scrap of ledger paper, and I just glued that down on the page to give me some lined space to write on later, and then glued these other 2 random photos I had floating around beside that, and that really just filled up the page. And you can see as I flick through my journal that it is getting quite full. It's almost finished. So I'm going to have to start thinking about making myself a new journal. So I'm going to have to start getting some ideas together, getting some inspiration, so that I am not without a journal for too long. So just flicking through again, trying to find things that are speaking to me, anything that's inspiring me, or that I like the look of. I had this envelope from something that I think I bought online as well, and just repurposing that, I covered over my address with some floral wrapping paper, which is really pretty, and stuck a label on top, and then I'm just going to stick that straight down as well to create another pocket. And then somewhere around now my video ends for this day and I pick it up on another day. So I think I picked it up a day or two later because my daughter woke up from her nap, so I ran out of time to finish playing around on this day. So this tape is from Washi Wednesday and I've just torn it down in half because it's so wide and I didn't quite need it to be as wide as it was for that page. Here we are coming back to my journal a day or two later and just continuing on with the same sort of process, only I think on this day I did focus more on one page. I just had a little bit of time to play, and so I was still trying to get some of those random bits and pieces into my journal, but I ended up creating more of a spread on this day. So I'm using some printables. One is from my vintage linens from my Etsy shop, and these other ones which are the vintage washi trims from MollysMantel, and I'll link both of those down below in the description box if you want to go and check it out. You can just print these off and they give your journal a really nice sort of textured look, even though they're not textured. It's just a really effortless way to decorate and I just love how it looks. I'm obsessed with it and I don't think I'm ever really gonna get over using the linens and the cross stitch and the trims. They just look so effective. So I'm sticking down this photo of my husband and our daughter up on his shoulders from the Christmas tree farm, just a really cute photo that I had left over, and just stuck another one of those labels. And then another one of my linen printables is going down on the back of that envelope just to decorate it. And here my video got cut. Just stuck down one of those beautiful washi trims on the page. Adding labels and things and writing spaces and stuff like that. Now it just makes it a lot easier later when I want to go ahead and actually journal, because there's already places for me to fill in with my pen and I don't have to bring anything with me. I can just write and it's going to look a lot more creative than just pen and paper, because I've already made it look a little bit more interesting by sticking things down. I hope that makes sense, but this is just one way I tend to use my journal, especially when I come to the end of a journal. I just go ahead and throw things in there that I have laying around just so that they're stuck down somewhere. So I stuck down a piece of the lavender and I put a little note into the envelope, and then that's all I'm going to do in this Junk Journal with Me video. A little bit different to normal, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. I'm just flicking you through my journal so you can see sort of how it's looking and how it's almost finished. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this process video and I will see you in the next video. Bye.